Hello, welcome to our playthrough of Space Marine 2, and now let's head into our episode. Hello, welcome back to our playthrough of Space Marine 2. We just finished the first objective, so we captured the anti-air guns and used those to take out a hive ship. Then we came back. Well, I guess we should really catch up on the story. That's kind of what we're doing. Before we go too far, shout out to my newest follower, ET. Thank you. Hello, welcome to the herd. ET0139, welcome to the herd. That's true. I guess. Well, we're going to stay out of the religious political talk, especially involving real life. But the difference between... If you bother to study the difference between Muslims, Christianity, and Judaism, is it's all the same God. We're all just arguing on whether we should kneel on our right side, on the left side, or on both knees when we pray. That's why we kill each other, which is stupid. But, hey, we're humanity. We're not the brightest bulbs in the bunch. But yeah, I don't think we already live in the 40k universe. I'm not gonna lie. I think at some point humanity will get to the stars, but I don't think we will ever leave the solar system, as depressing as that is. But story-wise, we ain't playing as Captain Titus from the original. We learned that this game is taking place 200 years after the first one, and that for 100 years he's been in the Death Watch. We don't know what happened before that, but at least for the last 100 years he has been in the Death Watch. The prologue was a mission. I mean, you either watched it or you didn't. A really fun mission, actually. Titus secured the objective at the cost of the rest of his squad and took a mortal wound. So in response, the Ultramarines managed to save him, quote unquote, last second, grabbed his body and helped him cross the Rubicon, aka he was upgraded from a normal Space Marine to a Primaris Space Marine who was tougher, stronger, faster, better in every way. We were assigned a new squad. We are being watched by the chapter chaplain. That's an odd sentence right there. Company chaplain is probably better way to say it. And we did our first mission, which over a series of minor missions. I like how they do it. There's one overarching mission, and there's a bunch of little missions that get you there. We secured a anti-air battery and took out a hive ship. And we're dealing with a Tyranid Splinter Fleet invasion. Now, can I do that here or over here? Hold on.
Captain insists. Guys and I must provide escort to the
Yeah, so now there's the operations. So we could do this operation, I guess. Yeah, but
These orders reached out from the Primarch. There can be no
reject. Did I? Hold on. Okay. So apparently the way they do it is operations, right? Ideally multiplayer. But these are happening at the same time as the main campaign. I had to drop it down to normal. I am now going to reset it to veteran. Back out. And instead change the setting so that where is it? Accessibility? No. game. Performance mode, difficulty, motion blur, language, controls, aim, vibration. Where did it go? Why is aim? All right, we're gonna set this to strong because I am playing on the PlayStation 5, not the computer. I am not using a keyboard and mouse. And as we see, I can't hit shit. We also learned that one of the differences between enemies are dangerous, tactical and skillful players rewarded. So, I'm sure there are things tweaking this between these, like how much damage you do versus how much damage you take and that sort of thing. But we did learn one of the settings that they adjust between the difficulty settings, or at least between veteran or normal, is AI intelligence on your companions. Because the last mission we did to secure the anti-air guns, on veteran, our AI companions ignored map objectives. On normal, they helped take map objectives. So that is something I do need to keep in mind. Again, I'm invoking the God of War clause, so I'll play on veteran. If I hit my head into a wall or I get frustrated, I will drop it back down to normal. Yeah. It is a I understand making this the intended experience. However, balancing a single-player game, around the idea that there are two other humans... how do I word this? Balancing a difficulty level in a single-player game, single-player campaign, around the idea that there are two other humans helping you. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna do normal. So this is balanced around the idea of two other humans playing with you. And thus, they set the AI to be stupider to encourage you to play with other people. It's a bad way to balance things. This should be harder because the game is harder, that's fine. But this is technically the single-player campaign. It should not be balanced around the idea that I have two friends to play with me, and if I can't get them, in order to make it harder, we're going to make your AI companion stupider. So never mind, I'm just going to play our normal. I don't want to deal with the frustration. So we are reporting to Captain Acheron. Ooh, a dreadnought. Ooh, a classic. I think that's a classic. I love the classic dreadnoughts. No, wait. That would be a second-gen dreadnought. It's hard to tell. It's kind of a mix between the two. But I love the classic dreadnoughts and the lore behind the dreadnoughts. I do not like the lore behind the new dreadnoughts because it's stupid and dumb.
Lieutenant, I was informed you arrived with Lord Calgar. Did you fight with him on Vigilus? I've read through those battle reports more than 100 times. A masterful defense.
My duty kept me busy elsewhere.
You have an unusual service record.
That is my good fortune.
Yeah. So, for those of you unaware...
Scout recon
Oh,
that
hold on.
position. Captain, get over here.
Captain, I have the Mechanicus on Vox.
They can wait. This is Nozick Beta-12, a Mechanicus Archmagos. He should have been aboard this ship an hour ago, but he refuses to leave Kadaku without some data from his lab. He's currently in this Imperial guard base. His facility is here. The enemy is closing in. That base will be overrun imminently. Nozick is a high-value asset. Get that data and get him out.
The mining facility. If we rupture the staging tanks, direct the flow into the valley, we can ignite the fields around the base.
Boil them in promethium. I'll give you command of a small team to hit the staging tanks. 3 men. That's all I can spare. Brief them immediately.
Yes, Captain.
Retrieve Mechanicus data. We are Astartes.
Titus Delirio, make ready to depart.
Standing by.
But in the original Dreadnought lore, and the old school Dreadnoughts, what happens is you're a hero, you get interred in the Dreadnoughts, and you live until you die in the Dreadnought. So you can be thousands, live even longer than the Space Marines, like tens of thousands of years old. You become more venerable, that sort of thing. The new Dreadnoughts, they're overcharged. So you as a hero, they throw you in and you survive for like 100 years max, and then you just burn out and they throw a new body in there. Like, what's the difference between the new Dreadnoughts and the Chaos Dreadnought? Not that much, because that's the whole thing with Chaos Dreadnoughts. They burn the person out inside them. It's like, that is a stupid lore decision. It's like, great, so why would you throw your heroes into a Dreadnought? You throw the people who deserve penance into a Dreadnought. They burn themselves out, great, who cares? It's like, do not like that. I like the old school Dreadnoughts. I don't mind the design of the new school Dreadnought. But, like, just look at it, it's like, that's the lore? You go from, oh, these are venerable things to, yeah, we need to replace the person inside every 100 years so they stop being used. It's like, what was the point of that? Anyways. So these guys are gonna do the operation we just saw.
Well, well. Lieutenant Titus.
We are told you have need of us, brother.
My squad must recover data from a Mechanicus research facility in Sector 41A. A large enemy swarm threatens to overrun both that facility and an Imperial Guard base to its east. You will sabotage a Promethium refinery to delay their advance.
We will not fail you, Lieutenant.
Let us burn the Xenos filth.
Time is short. I will brief you on descent.
Brother, Magos Gallio wishes to see you in the armory.
Noted.
Ooh. They talk in cliques to each other. Granted, they're changing that lore all the time, but the last lore I knew of, Mechanicus, because that's their binary. So when they talk to each other, they talk in binary. That's the cliques. When they talk to anyone else, they switch on their, we speak. What do they call it? Gothic. We're speaking Gothic. Alright. Visit
If
the...
you have not been issued a Pyreblaster for this task, then get one from the armory immediately. We must burn any biohazards clinging to the fuselage before the flight crews conduct maintenance.
Oh, neat. That's a lot of tech marines.
Yours is a face I have not loved in quite some time, Titus.
You requested my presence.
How are you acclimating to your new status?
I have no complaints.
Intriguing. Predictions would determine a 0.9 probability that you would.
I have pressing duties, Magos.
Very well. Engage the armory terminal. I will see that you are suitably equipped for your mission.
Ooh, we can customize war gear?
Indicate your desired war gear.
So
The
Latin.
armoring station will handle the outfitting procedure, though much has changed since we last met. All this will remain familiar to you.
You
Your
do what?
Messiah blessed us with clear-sightedness from the beginning. We offer blessings to this machine, that it may serve you just as it serves him.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it's fake Latin, just under a different name. Utilize the armory hall to customize your Space Marine weapons loadouts. Returning periodically to update your current loadout and discover new weapons is highly recommended. Yes. View primary sidearm and melee weapons here to find out their characteristics or pick another weapon. Find information about your current Space Marine ability here. Are there different abilities? We can do the appearance. Well, that feels like a bug. Cool. Righteous Fury. So that implies we're gonna get new ones. We've got the bolt pistol. And we can switch weapons and learn more about them. And there are unlock criteria. Plasma pistol. Heavy bolt pistol. Rapid fire can be charged. Ammo 90, 120. Firepower 2, 3, 4. So a heavy bolt pistol does more damage than a plasma pistol? That seems weird. Can I equip the plasma pistol? Set active. Preview. Okay, we can rotate it, we can zoom in. Alright. Standard issue. Combat knife. So faster. Thunder hammer, not available for this operation. Mew. Yeah, the Tsar bomber sword would be hilarious. Oh, power sword. Ooh, I want that. Alright, well, we don't have a choice. We're going with the chain sword. We're definitely doing plasma pistol. So what is it? Okay, so a bolt rifle. Yeah. The fully automatic close range. So firepower, I would assume, is like damage. A melter rifle? Ooh. Okay. Bolt carbine. Bolt sniper, plasma incinerator, heavy bolt. Yeah. Marksman bolt combine. So, right? 2 is better. So, start. The way I would read this is this does significantly more damage than this, but a much slower rate of fire. I mean, I'm going to do the auto bolt. If I could switch to a power sword, if I could switch to power claws or a power axe, I would be using one of those. I've always enjoyed the claws and the axe over standard swords. But that's me. Okay, and we can't change the appearance. We've just got the... Yeah, Tsar Bomber chainsword here. Oh, what is it? I don't know if you can find it online. But there's
gear selection seems incomplete.
This armory is comprehensive, but available options are those recommended for the current mission.
Very well. My thanks, Magos.
Galileo will suffice. We know each other well enough for that.
There is a story of a group of friends playing the Warhammer 40k tabletop game, and one of them was playing like a level 1 Adeptus Mechanic Initiate, like that, like super low level, and no matter what the GM did, he could not die, and this lowly like Alkalite of the Mechanicus managed to kill one greater demon by the end of the campaign. One, like, at too low a level, one greater demon of every Chaos God. And then took down a Chaos Primarch somehow, like a 1 in a billion shot. So at the end of the campaign, they're like, no, this is now a Mechanicus Saint, which is hilarious. Okay.
brother Titus. You leave on a mission of vital importance.
Hello, Chaplain.
The battlefield below leaves no room for the slightest error of judgment.
I'm of clear mind and purpose.
May the directives of our beloved Primarch guide your every action. I shall follow your progress closely.
I will reflect on your words, Chaplain. But for now, duty calls.
See, and this is the thing with the first game. And they're kind of hinting at it here. The next operation requires the combined efforts of 2 squads. Separate combat squad of Space Marines provide Titus with a diversion, find out how their story unfolds, playing the Inferno mission in Operations game mode. So, depending on how long these main missions take us, I might show those off. Otherwise, honestly, if the game looks interesting, pick up the game so you can do it yourself. Because that was the main crux of the first game, is Leandros ratted Titus out to the Inquisition. Essentially, because Leandros was of the idea of like, no, the Codex says we do step A into B into C into D. And you seem unusually resistant to chaos. Keep in mind, I'm not talking like, oh, the Codex says, when attacking, I mean, it does. But this wasn't when attacking a castle, use siege weapons. Yeah. It is. It was like, according to him, no, the Codex Astartes says when attacking the castle, the siege weapons must be fired at this time on this day. And this is the pacing we use. And the difference was like, Leandro's like, no, the Codex says we fire every 30 seconds. And Titus was like, no, we can wait a few seconds. We'll fire every 40 seconds. And that was Leandro's like berserker button. It was like, you motherfucker. And I enjoy the lore now because what happens is Robert Gilliman, the Primarch of the Ultramarines, has come back, looked at what happened, and basically went, you mother truckers. No, Titus was right. The Codex is, hey, if an enemy does A, here are some options. Not, no, fire the siege weapons every 30 seconds, la-da-da-da-da-da. So, Leandros was proven wrong by Gilliman. Titus was proven right, and the thing is that the infractions were so minor, it was just like, Leandros, you're a dick. So, I understand, like, we understand where this chaplain's coming from, but Titus kind of has a bad rap because someone was a dick. And again, as I explained in the first set of adventures, it depends on the chapter. Like I said, Space Wolves would look at anyone in Deathwatch and be like, you guys are badass. Honor to you. The Ultramarines apparently look at Deathwatch and went, oh, what did you guys do to fuck up? It's a chapter by chapter thing. So Archmagos Nozick Beta 12, a senior member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, must be evacuated from Kadaku. However, he refuses to leave without data from his research facility. Retrieve the data and evacuate before Tyranids overrun the position. Reach the Adeptus Mechanicus facility. Retrieve Nozick's research data. Approaching the drop zone. Okay. Yeah.
Archmagos, for the last time, we must get you off-world!
Assessment equals inordinate ignorance.
We'll be overrun in minutes!
By the Omnissiah, cease interruptions.
Major.
Akran finally sends me what I asked for.
Archmagos, it is imperative you evacuate immediately.
Detroit will not leave without the data. Relocate to my facility. I will instruct over Vox.
Make ready to leave. This will not take long. Major, I have a second unit working on a theoretical that should buy you some time.
My lord! I've lost 3 squads trying to reach that lab. We think something's out there.
Noted.
Lictor.
The Emperor protects.
Also, I don't like the Magos's voice. It should be more mechanical than evil wizard.
Lab location equal to far side of swamp. Reiterate. Time factor critical.
We will Vox when we have an update.
See that you do.
Yeah.
We will never get this planet's stench out of our armor.
Compared to your usual aura, it is an improvement, brother.
Deeply amusing.
Okay.
Talassa, the Cadians are running out of time. How close are you to the Prometheum facility?
Reaching the facility now.
You are making good time. We are going to need it.
What? I'll probably have to use a guide if I want to find all the collectibles. I might do that on my own time. I did in the first game.
What was that?
We are being hunted.
Lictor. Oh, I want it. Oh, look at the plasma pistol. Oh, wait, question. I might kill myself here. Hold on. What happens if I overload it? Okay. Interesting. It just... So I'm not gonna die, it just overheats and I can't use it for a while. Fair enough.
Cordanus. Septimus. Damn it.
This is the work of a lictor.
Sergeant Gadriel to Resilient. 2 of our brothers have fallen in battle.
Oculus.
Send an apothecary.
Ooh, with extended mag.
Shall honor them, brother sergeant.
Oh, I need lots of bullets. Crack grenade. Okay.
Loading up.
Moderate damage with a wide blast area. Extreme damage with a... but can stick to target. Oh, interesting. So useful, again, against large targets like, I don't know, Lictor, Hive Tyrant. Not so good against swarms. Duly noted. Can I? Oh.
Reloading.
Alright, make sure we're getting cover. Those grenades? Yeah, those are grenades. Oh! Grab the execute.
Target destroyed.
Oh, hold on.
Reload.
Hold on. Oh! I didn't realize there were, melee dudes. Or ranged dudes. Thank you for the armor. Grab the execute. The armor here. Okay, I don't like the I like the plasma pistol in the tabletop game. Ooh, grab the execute. Oh. Nope, never mind. I might have to set this to veteran.
Then we shall take it.
That felt too easy. Yeah. I'd rather have a heavy bolt pistol. Anyways, where are we going? That way. Okay. Yes, this way. I do enjoy this gun. I was not gonna tell me. Okay, Guardian Relic.
With promise.
I like the gun I like the rifle I have. I already have a chainsword, so it doesn't matter.
Hello, this is Gohan the Chinchilla, and we hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or, even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.